Hello everyone, it's Crafty Carol here with another little project for you. This is to make a lidded box, a really simple lidded box, because there's no gluing or cutting. It's made just with folding, an origami type box. So I've got some actually retired paper here. This is going to be the inside and outside of the box base. This is going to be the lid. So this is how you fold it. You fold both the same. I'm going to talk about the sizes of the paper at the end, but this it needs to be square for this particular project. So as long as it's square, it doesn't actually matter how big it is. So first fold across. So you're going to fold it diagonally and then fold it diagonally the other way. And I'm really burnishing well each fold, and I'm being really careful to get the corners really matching so that it's exact. You want to be as exact as you can be when you're doing these folds. So we folded it in both directions diagonally. Now I'm going to fold each corner into the centre. So I'm finding the inner point where my folds cross, making sure that my crease is lining up straight down that crease, and giving again that a good burnish. And we do that on all four sides. So matching up that corner, making them match exactly there. There we go. And then giving it a really good burnish. So that's not great, because can you see I haven't actually matched it up properly, that corner. So I'm going to just redo that fold. Fold it down and do it again, that's better. So you want to check that sort of thing. Make sure that these are all meeting exactly at these corners. This is shiny paper on the top, and I think it's not helping my folding, to be honest. Trying to hold those together. And perhaps that one isn't quite straight, and that's part of the problem. So just fiddle around with this and make sure it is as exact as you can possibly make it. It's better. So making sure it meets there, and then doing your burnishing. And the final one, so you can see now that this cross pattern is going to be the pattern on the inside and outside of the bottom of the box. So once we've folded those in, we're going to fold each side into the centre. So I'm going to fold it this way first. So we're now working with quite a number of folds, so it's sort of 4 layers of paper. So again, you want to burnish really well. It's not good enough just to do it with your fingers. You really do need your bone folder here to make sure these are decent folds. So folding them up so that they meet in the centre. And you can check again in the middle that the crease there is straight across. So it gives you another check. So again, giving it a really, really good burnish. Open that up and do it the other way. So the other 2 sides, bringing those sides in. So those come in here. Really good burnish. And these ones in here. Making sure they're lined up. That's it. And another great burnish. There we go. So that's what it should look like. Then you're going to open those 2 sides and lift this end flap. This is the only complicated bit. So you're lifting open that first flap that you closed across, and then to make the sides of the box, you're going to take this corner into here. So this corner goes across to there, and you want to fold it up. So the corner goes to the point there, and then this side is folded up so that it is straight here, and you burnish this. Hopefully if I do this again on 4 sides, you'll actually see. Okay, I'm just going to give that a really good burnish. All right, so this point comes into here, and you allow this to form a corner. So that's what you should end up with, okay? And I'll do it again this side. So this corner to here, and allow this side to form a little triangle. So bring it in, and then making sure it's gone right into that corner there, fold this piece out so that the edge meets the edge. I need to do it flat. It's difficult to show you on the video because I need to have it flat to show you, but do you get the idea? Yeah, I'll do the other side as well. So when you've done that side, it should look like that, and then you simply fold this bit over and tuck it down. Okay, do repeat for the other end. So we're opening that end now. We need to give this a really good crease now, making sure it stays. Same thing, this corner into here and form the corner with the edge of the box. So putting those bits together and then fold the side bit out so that it's square, and you can then just form that triangle. Same this side, bring it in, and from here fold it up to form the triangle. I'm hoping you could see that on the video. That is not straight in that corner. There we go. Make sure it's exact on that crease line and give it a burnish. Okay, so can we see there? We've brought these points in and then folded this up to form the box. And then that simply folds in, and that is our box base. You could, if you wanted to, stick these points down. I don't find you need to. If you've given it all a really good burnish, it sort of sits there anyway. And that is the base of our box. Yeah. So it holds itself together because it's all folded together. And we're going to make the lid in exactly the same way. So whichever pattern you want on the top, in this case I'm going to use the lovely pattern here. I'm going to have my shiny holly leaves on top. So we make it in the same way. Going to first of all fold it corner across, give it a really good burnish. But just be careful with this because it is a metallic paper, so I don't want to damage it too much when I'm burnishing it, so I need to be careful. So same thing here, bring the points across, make sure it's exactly lined up, give it a fold and then give it a burnish. Then folding the points in, same thing. So we're doing exactly the same as before. Folding each point in to make to the very centre. It's easier to see on the non-shiny side of the paper, to be honest, to get it exact. Making sure you've got proper points in these corners so you know it's folded in evenly, really important. And the final one. Okay, then folding in each side in turn. So we're going to start with this one, bringing this fold across to the centre crease and then giving it a really good burnish because we're in 4 layers now of the DSP, so it needs a really good burnish there. Same the other side. So making sure it meets in the middle at the crease. Of course, our paper is such good quality, it's nice and thick. So it does need a really good burnish. Open those two up and repeat with the other sides. So you're doing all 4 sides into the middle. So you have to open the first one up so you've got room to do these other 2. And this final one. Bringing it in, making sure all my crease lines line up so I know that it's nice and straight. Otherwise it won't be square when we finish it. Go. Then we're going to open this one up, and it doesn't actually matter which side you pull up, but I'm just going to pull that side up. So here's the sides of my boxes, or my lid in this case. So we're taking this corner to this, so this sort of cross here, we're taking the edge corner there to the centre and then folding up the side so that we're forming the side of our lid in this case, or box, so this is the bottom. So again, making sure that's nice and exact. And then the same this side, bringing it in and then folding the side up from this corner here, bringing those 2 bits together and giving it a good burnish inside. So that forms one side of my lid. So I can now fold this over. Just give it a squish down. So that's formed that bit. And now open up this side and do the same, bringing that corner into the centre there, and then folding up from this next corner here, folding out so that it forms the side. Okay, so you can see that we're forming this box here. So it folds in like that. You should get a triangle. Same with this one. Bring that bit into the centre. And then from this side corner here, fold it over. And you've got the other bit of your lid. Pop that in. Squish that down. So it looks exactly the same as this one. And this forms the lid for this box. There we go. And they fit nice and snugly. Now what I did with this, because the first one I made, I used a smaller piece of paper. I've made them in 3 different sizes, so I'll show you what those are. But for this one, I found the lid was a little bit, because it's quite thick, it was thick on the base and it doesn't fit brilliantly. You can see it's a little squashed on that side. It does fit. And this box actually fits 2 of my little lint teddies, can't speak. So that is done with 15, whoops, you can see it's just squishing not well on that. So that was with a 15 centimetre square size for the base and the same for the lid. I did it in the bigger, in 30 centimetres, so a full sheet of A4. And that fits loads of teddies. I've only got 4 in there, but there are more. And that would fit about, I don't know, 4, 8, probably about 16 teddies that one would fit. Or obviously another gift of a larger size. So that is 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres. And both lid and box were the same. Again, we've got a little bit of puckering when you put the lid on. Not much, but a little bit. So for this one, which as you can see fits better, I actually made the lid piece 1/2 centimetre bigger. So this piece, the base was a 23 centimetre base and the lid was 23.5 centimetres. And I think especially because it's a specialty paper there, it actually does fit better. There, like that. I don't know how many lint bears this would fit. Let's just see how many we can get in. I used some from this one. Obviously it depends on what gift you're giving. But this would fit, I don't know, certainly 4, probably 5 if I laid those out nicely. 5, 6 and another layer, 5, say 8, probably about 8 bears, that one would fit. So yeah, so I intend to make more of those. I should probably go for this middle size. This one is lovely. If you were giving jewellery or something like that, use the smaller size. So that one was 15 centimetres. This larger size here. Obviously you can decorate the top of the box. I haven't actually done that yet. I will do, and you'll see it in the picture in the blog post. But I wanted to show you how to make the box. That to me was the key. So this one I think is best when you make the lid just 1/2 centimetre bigger, or 1/4 inch if you're working in inches. Square, any size square. This size box, how big are these boxes? I really ought to have measured them. I will put it in the blog. So the smaller box works out at around 6 centimetres. This middle-sized block is 8, and this one is what, 11? Yeah. So you can see different size boxes for different size gifts. I hope you like those origami boxes. I love it when I don't need to use any tape or glue, and the boxes are just staying together beautifully. So thank you for joining me today. All of the instructions and measurements are in the blog at craftycarolscards.co.uk. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.